People making road trips. In fact, Haley has stepped out of our studio and into the KPRC2 parking lot right now because we know a lot of you guys are making road trips, maybe putting the whole family in the car and headed out this weekend. Hey, she's going to show us how to properly install car seats. So maybe, Haley, we were talking about you take them out to transfer them to the other parent's car, then put them back in, and then before you know it, they're all loose.
Yeah, they're in grandparents' cars and caregivers' cars. And yeah, so it does require uninstalling and installing pretty frequently. Joining me right now is Jemalee Perez with the Little York Fire Department,
yes.
Right? So what do we have here? We have the different types of car seats for different size children?
Yes, so we have a couple of different options here. This one is actually a convertible, so you can do it forward-facing or back-facing. This one right here is what we call a high...
About the 3-year-old?
Yes, a high back booster.
This is when they go forward facing.
Forward facing only. And then we have our booster seat right here, which is for your older child. A lot of people wonder about this booster seat, about what exactly it does, because it doesn't clip into your seat.
Right.
So the whole purpose is that they're a little bit lifted.
It's
so
just lifting them in height.
Is in the right position, yes.
Yeah, so my 5-year-old, or my 4-year-old is about to turn 5. I was wondering if we're going to need this booster seat soon.
So actually all the car seats are based off of their height and their weight. So what you would do is look at your car seat manufacturer pamphlet and go in there and see when do they recommend that you switch them based off of their height and their weight.
All right, I've got a 3-year-old too, so let's put the 3-year-old in my car, see if I've installed my car seat correctly. Meet me over here. So let's see, if my 3-year-old is here, Tell me how his positioning, like, is his head right?
Yeah.
What are we looking for here?
So we would usually start with the height and weight, but we're just gonna pretend
that that's
for
the
now.
right one.
So what you want is the headrest to be, it looks like their head is pretty good, at a comfortable, somewhere in the middle. So let's say that they were a little bit taller. All we would do in this one is just lift it, and that would be the perfect height. But for her, about right here works, right?
So you're wanting it just a little bit above their head?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So the most important thing is that these straps are in forward facing above or at their shoulders. So I don't know if you can zoom in, but if you see right here, this is actually a little bit low for her, so we want it either at or below their shoulders. So right there works. The other thing, Haley, that a lot of parents forget about is making sure that this chest clip is in the right position. So you put it on. A lot of things we see is it being down here. We want it all the way at armpit level, and this is because the sternum is the hardest part of the body. So if you're ever in a crash, it'll hit right there at the sternum, and then you just buckle them in. Now that's the harnessing part. We also, when we do our car seat inspections, we look at how the car seat's already installed. So I see that you have both the tether and the seat belt.
Yeah, so we have the anchors is how it anchors into the car, and then if you don't have the anchors, like in an older model car, you'd use the seat belt to go through. So we thought maybe for safety, we'd go ahead and use both.
So actually, before I became a certified child passenger tech, I did the same thing, and I was thinking the same thing, that both means that
double safety.
Double safety, exactly. So the way they explained it to me is that it's kind of like eyeglasses. Like, you wouldn't wear your contacts and your glasses at the same time. It would cancel each other out. So you want to use one or the other. Personally, I think these anchors are the easiest way to install, but you can do it with the seatbelt or the anchors. So the first thing I'm going to do is take out the seatbelt.
So basically you're saying that the seatbelt isn't adding any protection, so I don't need it?
It's actually
or is it hurting?
Yes, it's actually canceling each other out.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, that's definitely not
so
what I
we're
want.
going to take the seatbelt out and make sure that you have it installed properly. So you want to take wherever you have it, whether it's the seatbelt or the anchor, you want to make sure that it doesn't move more than 2 inches.
Okay.
So you take your hands, put it right here, and make sure it doesn't wiggle, and that's perfectly fine.
Okay.
Now,
I thought it really wasn't supposed to wiggle either, but it can wiggle up to 2 inches.
Up to 2 inches.
Okay.
Now, it's very important that you put it wherever the strap is, because if I go like this, it's gonna move. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
So wherever you're anchoring,
wherever the
it,
strap is, that's where we're
then you
testing
move
the
it.
wiggle
Yes,
movement.
Yes.
Okay, that's really good to know.
So the other thing I see is that you have one of these seat protectors.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes you can use them and sometimes you can't. So all car seats are crash tested. We recommend that if you have used any of this stuff, that it's approved by the manufacturer, because they crash tested it.
Seriously?
With the car seat.
So I have to look in the manual to know if I can even have a protector on my car?
Yes.
Will it say it in the manual?
It definitely will. And if you don't have your manual, a lot of times they're in the seat somewhere, but if you don't, you can always Google it. And a lot of these car seats have really good instructions on the side. So this is forward facing with the latch. So if you'll see right here, these are all the instructions of what you would do. We didn't show you how to do it. So a lot of cars have these little buttons right here to signify where the anchor is. So yours I can see, but sometimes they're way in there. So you just go all the way down and put it in.
Okay, so we are running out of time, so that's really good information, because the baby stores sell you these things and tell you that you need it, but maybe you don't. So quickly tell us, where is the next place that people can come and do a car safety check, or if they need a car seat safety check, where do they go?
So we partner with Texas Children's, Safe Kids, Greater Houston, and on their website you can go, and it's by appointment only. We do 30-minute classes. We don't just have somebody come up to the station and we install it for them. We walk them through the process and make sure that they know how to do it using different ways.
And then you get the paperwork. You have paperwork to take home with you so that you can remember how to do it.
If we have enough time, let me show you this. These are just a quick little checklist of what you want to make sure that you're doing. So we talked about placing the chest clip at armpit level, and a couple of other things that are really good here. It's hot right now, but when it gets winter, we don't want to be putting the coats on them because sometimes it's puffy. But yes, these are some tips, and I'd be glad to share.
This is great information, Gemma-Lee Perez, and I actually really love this so much that let's do a video and put it on my Facebook page. So anybody that's watching and wants more information, I'll put more on my Facebook page. Very good information. Thank you for coming out this morning. Amy, I'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, good information. I have been doing it wrong, using both the anchor and the seat belt. Thank you so much, Haley.